The increase in teacher pay you have approved is outrageous in light of the district's poor academic results and apparent inability to substantially improve them. If you are behind at the end of 8th grade, research shows it is highly unlikely you'll catch up to proficiency by graduation. But in educated affluent Jeffco in 2023, CMAS found that 51% of 8th graders weren't proficient in ELA, 61% weren't proficient in math, and 63% weren't proficient in science. You've set these children up to fail in the 21st century economy. I don't blame district leaders for this. This is the strongest team I've seen since we moved here from Canada 14 years ago. They're not the problem. Jeffco's unchanging culture is. As Jaime Aquino, now superintendent of San Antonio Schools, said in his 2021 report, in Jeffco there is a lack of rigor throughout the district and an insufficient sense of urgency regarding improving achievement for all students. But your board has richly rewarded Jeffco teachers for preserving this culture and its lousy academic results. Between 2019 and 2024, teacher pay has increased by a shocking 53%. Few taxpayers got anything close to that. Clearly, teachers are some of the most privileged people in Jeffco. Your reckless teacher pay increase almost certainly locks in a devastating future financial crisis. Your projections show deficits for the next 3 years totaling $118 million. But all the risk of those projections is on the downside. Given Jeffco's poor academic results, enrollment is falling at an accelerating rate, which will cut revenue. ESSER funding is running off, and with the elimination of the budget stabilization factor, there won't be any upside funding surprise from the state. At last week's study session, some of you said $118 million in projected deficits don't make you anxious. If I were you, I'd be terrified. I also note that your resolution to use fund balances violates state law. CRS 2244-105 requires any resolution authorizing the use of reserves, quote, to state the school district's plan to ensure the use of the beginning fund balance will not lead to an ongoing deficit. You have not complied with this law and presented a plan to avoid ongoing deficits. All of you were endorsed by the teachers union, which funded your campaigns. And you have just given them a raise that will cause academic recovery programs like MTSS Level 2 and 3 to be underfunded. Your budget will benefit teachers but harm children. Think about the morality of that. If you were the directors of a $1.4 billion public company like Macy's or Columbia Sportswear, your reckless governance would trigger a wave of shareholder lawsuits for violating your fiduciary duties of loyalty and care. But since you're directors of a $1.4 billion school district, that will never happen, which is a real shame because you certainly deserve it.